Guys, it is about that time. This is my second '06 Wrangler, and the second time I've had to fix this problem. The fuel overspill, no fill problem. So either one of two things happens. There's a little valve in the neck right here that you can only reach by dropping the tank and taking the fuel pump out. And then you reach your arm inside and you pull that little valve out and you sand it down because it swells up from the ethanol and the little ball won't move no more. So what happens is either it gets stuck in the up position and you can't fill the tank, or in my case it got stuck in the down position again, and when you fill the tank up it spits back out at you. So I've already taken it out, I've already sanded it down, it's working, and I got the pump back in. So I figured while I have it out, I will do some other things that should be easier with the tank already out. And I'm draining the rear and filling it, and believe it or not, with 100 or 260,000 miles on it, these are the original gears. And you see a little bit of wear on them, but not much. I'll probably replace those spider gears eventually, because I don't know if you guys can see it, but like up in this area you can see where they're angled a little bit, but they're not too bad for 260,000 miles. And I don't know if you can see it there or not. Looks like it says Dana D 51800, and then the part number is P8L876. And then there's two other numbers, 43 and 14. So I guess that's the gear ratio, 43 and 14. You got 43 on the ring gear and 14 on the pinion. So you plug those in, you can figure out your gear ratio, which I think on this it was something like 256s or something like that. I pulled the spec sheet on it. But while I'm also under here, this is a well-known problem. This is a rust area. There's actually not much rust on this Jeep at all. You can see it's very clean up underneath. And this was in North Carolina its whole life. But it was a garage baby, I believe. Guy just took it on road trips in the summer. But the bolts that go through here and go up into here tend to rust into the frame. And when you go to take them out to put new shocks on, they break off and you got to drill and tap them. So I figured, hey, what the hell, while I'm under here, I'll see if they come out, and which both sides did. There's the other side over here. And I'm going to put anti-seize on them and put them back up in there. The shocks, yeah, they've probably seen better days. This is the original shocks from the Wrangler, I believe they're original shocks. But usually when you push them down, they're supposed to come back up on themselves on their own. And mine aren't doing that. They're staying almost completely collapsed, so it's probably time to replace those too. But you know, you're gonna do what you can do with the time you got. So it doesn't seem to have any handling issues as of yet, and I'll just let that go for now. So I'm gonna get this rear taken care of, get it straightened out, get it filled back up. Then I'm gonna work my way up to the transfer case and then on up to the transmission. And I think I see a big chunk of mud up in there. Yeah, sitting right there underneath the transfer case, there's a huge chunk of mud. I was climbing the mountains of my property the past 2 days, so I think it was bottoming out there on the pan when it was going up over the hills. But we'll also do the manual 6-speed. I bought some synchro mesh fluid for that, and then I'll do the Dana 30 in the front. I was starting to wonder about it, because here, these bearings, I don't know if these bearings are supposed to be this loose or not, but you can see I'm wiggling them things pretty good. That's not just a screwdriver moving. I mean, that's the bearings moving around in there. I mean, I'm sure they're probably supposed to have some play, but that's probably getting to be where it might need to be taken care of. But I think instead of putting any money into this Dana 35 at all, I'll just either get a Cherokee rear or a Ford 8.8 out of a Wrangler or something and put it in here, out of a F-150. But either way, it is what it is. So I'm going to get my rear back to work on this thing, and I'll try to make another video when I get more towards the transfer case.